Yeah. You catch your finger to know. Show them so you can beat you up. You say, come on. Come.
Oh. Doesn't really have much to say today as we're at the film division. They're cutting the ribbon for the opening, and Dr. Golfing James and his team is right here looking for the next step. Third term, shower liver.
See the queen layer there?
I pulled them in, sir. What is left is the lock. Not useful.
We need a pilot. They need my always wonder why these things
Never backward. Thank you.
At some of the things that can help to make our job easier, and we can focus on the unavoidable situations. Let me point.
It symbolizes strong, safer Jamaica. I urge all members of the community to continue working alongside law enforcement to create a society where families can strive in peace and security with the leadership.
Alright, so today is a good day at the Sablamar Hospital because it represents renewal. We have just installed a brand new digital x-ray machine, remote control, fully digital, which we just looked at, which basically will see faster diagnostic services for patients to determine their condition and quicker treatment. So it will hopefully pull more people through as a more efficient system. Comes with extended service and warranty, which is good. And this is one of 6 for the region, Western region. So the team here are very happy. We also looked at a massive investment, over $58 million in a generator, which will ensure that the entire plant can be served if we have an issue with JPS, and that happens sometimes. And this was long needed, and it is fully installed and up now and running. Beyond that, there are a lot of other things that have been done on the compound to improve, upgrade, new storage area, some other equipment that have been acquired. And in the not too distant future, we'll be unveiling the new development plan for South Hospital, which includes expansion of the building space.
Amen.
So build new A&E, more doctors' quarters, conversion of the old A&E into more ward space. As I said in the presentation, we have done well since 2016 to 2024 in terms of more doctors. We have moved from 34 doctors to 99, more nurses from 150 odd to 180 plus, more ambulances from 3 to 6, and we could go on. Having said that, the demands on the system remains high, and so you do still have a lot of pain points, which is why we have to expand the capacity. So it's a work in progress, and today is a celebration of the improvements with a lot more to come.
Can I ask a question? Made mention. An accident took place somewhere in Panama, and when a passerby called the hospital, the Noel home, he was instructed that the hospital does not do pickup, do not respond to accidents on the roadway. So they're saying that that is a consensus right across the island. Can you talk a little about that, please?
Well, the emergency response mechanism in the country is operated on several fronts. We work closely with the Ministry of Local Government and the Fire Department, where they tend to be the first responders to accident scenes, and whether it is to get people out of vehicles because they have the cutting equipment and so on, or in some instances to move people to hospital because they, in some cases, have ambulances that are assigned. The hospitals do give support, and depending on what is happening at a particular point in time, the hospital ambulances are used to make the transport. We do need more ambulances. Right here at SAV, we have moved from 3 to 6 over the last number of years, so we're better off. But the truth is, the number of road accidents, I outlined the bike accidents, for example, has gone up significantly. Why? More people are using the roads, more people have vehicles, more people have bikes, and so on. And frankly speaking, there's a lot of recklessness in terms of how people use the roads. So that demand is very high. And what happens with the primary use of the ambulances and so on that we have is normally to move people between institutions. So we have a referral system. So if there's a patient here at SAB that needs a particular type of treatment, we have a priority to transport them to Cornwall Regional or to UWI, as the case may be. And normally that's how our logistics are managed with our ambulances. To the extent that they can respond, they will. But as I said, first responders tend to be the fire department. Overlay. Lenin Palmont, I will ask her if there's anything that excites her more. And she said, no, I just love machines. I said, oh my God.
This is beautiful.
It's beautiful. Okay, good. Sure, make sure we get the go ahead. Hold on, hey, don't invade the privacy of the patient. Please.
1 second.
Wait. MP, what's up? Cool?
Demonstrate again.
Yeah. Alright, tell us when we need to go in.
As soon as the portal gets on.
The demonstration. So many.
Alright, we're ready at the minister. I know who we are.
Alright, so tell us now, you ready?
I'm Daisy Amonis. I'm manager for medical imaging service here at the Lamar Public General Hospital. State digital radiographic unit. And we have already started to see the difference that it's making in health delivery here. Just to give persons an idea of where we're coming from and why it is that we're so excited and over the moon. When I joined here, we were capturing X-ray scans on films. So we started off with film, and then we graduated to CR, or computerized radiography. That uses a cassette as well.
Right.
But it was very taxing on us because you have to do a lot of walking with these heavy cassettes. And the cassettes, those are what capture the images and displays it on a computer. So now we have reached maybe the MBA phase now, where we have graduated to DR, or digital radiography. Now the difference between digital radiography and computerized radiography is the way the X-ray image is captured. So the X-ray image is captured on computerized radiography on a plate, and we have to walk around with that. With this, it is captured directly on a digital detector, so it takes more time. The detectors are more sensitive to radiation, so the time that it takes for the image to be produced is significantly decreased. So once we make an X-ray exposure, within maybe 2 to 3 seconds, we can view the image. So you can imagine the difference it makes in the length that the patient stays within the department, inside the department. And also what it does is it generates the images, so you get quicker results, and therefore, quicker access to the scans. Doctor can...
So basically, SAP gone high-tech.
Very high-tech, and we're very excited for that.
You're not sure they're excited. You gotta be more excited.
All right, let me get you all excited. So what I would love to do is... Yes.
The toys.
So, but see, the disadvantage in that is now I'm afraid that my staff will get so complacent.
Yeah, you don't want to encourage.
So if you're required to lie for the X-ray, you go this side. If you're required to stand, you go here. That's the difference. All right, so I have a patient who, go back a little bit, this thing. All right. So all I have to do is push on off. Of course, my patient will be out of the way, but safety is key. Awesome. Just like you see on Grey's Anatomy. Alright, so we can adjust the patient puts down, and the radiation will be directed this way. And we adjust as is needed.
If you're just in a wheelchair, she wouldn't have to go on the wheelchair.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
We have even done patients on stretchers, so we don't have to take them off.
Can
the
you say
stretcher.
that over for
Just
video
the
purposes? You don't need to get out of the wheelchair.
Sure, if we have patients who are not ambulant, they can be done sitting in a wheelchair or lying on a stretcher, or even sitting up on the stretcher. So their scans can be done without removing them from their mode of transport. So I have completed my scan here, and now I need to do some over this side. So, ta-da! Of course, you alert the patient before you allow the unit to move, because it can be scary.
Where is the machine coming out there?
It's awesome. The operator can also talk to the patient. There's a mic there, here.
So let me ask you a question now. I mean, in terms of maintenance, which is always a pet peeve of mine, and does servicing and maintenance is in place?
Servicing is a must, and that is guaranteed, and we're actually on a contract.
That's because I have mandated it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And your job would be in jeopardy, the CEO of this body. What about where the servicemen and women come from? Do they fly in, or they train some people locally for some of the basic servicing?
My understanding is that biomedics are trained locally to respond quite efficiently and quickly.
And I'm going to ask you kindly, and sorry to use you as the example of management, but make sure that that training takes place, because the people who handle sophisticated machines like this, sometimes we are tempted, or maybe out of ignorance, don't appreciate that that's been kept in a particular way, and you touch the wrong button, And all of a sudden what was digital becomes confusion, and that becomes a problem. So one of the things that we have to bear in mind, and I'm saying this to all in here, is that with the modernization of healthcare equipment has to come a transformation of how we manage the equipment. Because a lot of times we just don't manage our equipment properly. And indeed, a lot of the little fixes that are a nuisance that create downtime could have been avoided if there's routine maintenance that we take care of. And then of course there's the periodic significant maintenance and parts and so on. So I'm hoping that the contractor or the supplier have those arrangements in place, because that is the new dispensation, which means using the machines more frequently and more efficiently. The other thing that is worth noting is that given the pace and the efficiency of this, A&E hopefully will be less crowded, because we can get people in and out in terms of a quick assessment of what their conditions are and determine how to direct them. Because a lot of times when trauma cases come in and we don't know, people have to wait. And sometimes of this kind could say, listen, you don't need surgery, you don't need to be here, you can dress the wound and you can go. So all of this adds up to a more efficient throughput of patients. You don't always have to build more space. What you need to do is get people in and out as quickly as possible. And this will aid that in a significant way. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you too.
I don't know, I wouldn't even touch it. Because this is anything I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Just a look on it and say pretty. Thanks about that.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm sure it's possible. We have not ventured into that area.
Anyway, very nice, guys. Thanks a lot. We have a very high-tech generator outside, which will ensure consistency of power. So, Mr. CEO, you carry us running a big long board.
Minister, just 1 second. Let me get this picture. Look on. Right. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Good.
Thank you.
Let's go look at it.
These are Cisco guys.
All good? All right. Are you on the service one?
No.